Hey everyone, thanks for joining us on this Monday live. We have a hot topic to talk to you guys about. So, we're gonna get started?
Let's do it.
Awesome. All right. So, do you put the time and effort in, but know that your performance suffers? And then you wonder, what can you do to actually enhance your performance? Well, that's what we're here to talk to you about today. So, I'm Lisa, and this is Dr. Ryan. And today we're going to go over the top 4 supplements to boost performance. And these are so extremely effective. We actually both took this lovely 4-stack this morning before we went on a hike. And yeah, so let's talk about what and why. All right. Oh, and if you guys have questions or comments, make sure you write it as we go, because at the end we will take questions. So if it comes up, and we take the questions that pertain to the topic. Okay. So if you have a question on what we're talking about, make sure you put in the notes. Make sure you give us high fives, give us thumbs up. If it's your first time ever joining us, thank you and welcome. And for repeats, we love you guys. Keep showing up. All right. So our first one, I'm going to start with creatine. So we have our LiveGood creatine plus HMB, but creatine is the top supplement for improving. Ryan's going to tell us why this is really rated the top supplement.
50 years of research, lots of clinical evidence to support it. And look, I mean, it's 100% effective. That is one heck of a bold statement. 100% effective at improving the composition of the cell. So what does that mean? It could mean body composition, but it's bringing in more water. It's providing energy to the mitochondria through the electron transport chain, but that's the stuff, that's the powerhouse of the cell. So that's the stuff that's going to give us more output in the way of work. It's going to give us more endurance, more stamina. And these cells we're talking about, they're all throughout our body, brain included. So guys, it's not just a bodybuilding supplement. It is great for brain boosting benefits as well. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about today physical and mental performance. So
sure, yeah. I don't want you to think of like physical performance or as performance as just you have to go to the gym to have this, to improve performance. No, this is like everything we do in life. This is even if you say you clean homes for a living. I mean, you need to be, you need to enhance your performance, right? It's a lot of stamina there, a lot of endurance. Gosh. So, I mean, but creatine honestly has been one supplement where like I actually really notice the change. And again, it is 100% effective in doing its job. And it's not just for bodybuilders and building muscle. I want you to also recognize the major brain performance enhancement that it provides. So all around, an amazing supplement. I think so many of us have a fear of it. Even a handful of years ago, I'm not going to lie, I did too, because you think of it as only for men and men that go, lift weights and whatnot. It is not. Okay, that is proven otherwise. All right, so we have our creatine HMB. And the HMB, and it just helps with recovery.
And HMB is a natural byproduct of metabolism of amino acids, leucine. So it's great for recovery. It's plays such a critical role in all of the repair mechanisms when we're breaking down our muscle cells.
And if you don't recover properly, you can't perform better the next day, right? So think about that. Okay, so next we have our essential aminos. Okay. LiveGood essential aminos. These are your amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein. There are 9 of them. Essential meaning we must get them from our diet, right? So our bodies don't make them. And when it comes to diet, it comes from food and supplementation. So extremely important. Ryan, what really do amino acids do for us?
Break muscle protein synthesis. There it is, right? The essential amino acids, 9 of the essential amino acids, which include the 3 branch chain amino acids. Those are what your body uses to build muscle. That's the muscle protein synthesis. So they build muscle. They manufacture hormones, neurotransmitters, enzymes. So they are responsible for basically developing all aspects of our tissue and our body. Here's the thing about it, though. If we don't have it after even as short of 3 to 4 hours, the body will pull it out of tissue. It'll pull it from muscle.
Muscle tissue, yeah.
Yeah, and the people that only take branched chain amino acids are doing a disservice because they're not getting the other essentials like leucine, which is really important for muscle protein. So it'll break down that muscle to free up those aminos. It needs all of them to carry out the process And that's why it's so important to get all 9 essential aminos at the same time. But it's also about your ratios and your quantities too. So that's why it's really important that you look at a formula and you understand, like, the LiveGood essential aminos has a 40% leucine content, which is huge. That's exactly what you want to encourage the body to use these free form essential aminos. We put aminos in here instead of the protein, although they're in my mind, a similar category. But this is just the top 4 for boosting performance, and I think essential aminos deserves to be in this number 2 spot.
100%. So, but in addition to the essential amino acids, what else is in ours? Right? We have
arginine and citrulline.
Citrulline, and glutamine.
Yeah. So the arginine and citrulline are going to help a lot too with the nitric oxide pathway. They're precursors to nitric oxide. What does nitric oxide do? Well, that is it causes vasodilation. So it increases the amount of blood and perfusion to our tissues. It delivers nutrients and oxygen. And it has been shown, and it's been widely studied, to be beneficial for both physical and mental performance.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And personally, I use this. We both use our essential aminos twice a day. I love it before a workout, and I also love it in the later afternoon. I actually mix it with our super reds in the later afternoon. And like Ryan was saying, I mean, protein is so important as well. I mean, we took this stack this morning. We did a nice hike with our dogs. And then, I mean, here's our, I'm finishing my protein shake after. So all very important stuff. Okay. So we went through the creatine, the essential aminos, and next we're going to go to our signature E3. Okay. Now the name says it all. It is energy, endurance, electrolytes. So powerful, all in one, such an amazing product. There's also a lot of ingredients in there that maybe you guys have not heard about. And that's where Ryan's going to go through. I have them written down. So
yeah, I think it's important. So when we're talking about E3, we're really talking about, in a sense, and I hesitate to say it like this, but it's a pre-workout. Even if you're not working out though, and you just want to crush some desk work and you're going to, and whatever it is, whatever your responsibilities are, E3 is a great kind of activity drink, as long as it's not too late in the day. So it's an early morning thing.
Why is that?
Because we're caffeinated. So it's 125 milligrams of caffeine per serving of this product. So nothing after 11 a.m. That's my kind of take on it. But besides the caffeine, it's got other performance boosting ingredients in there. So of course, like beta alanine, like the anti-doping agency, the World International Olympic Committee, this is an improved sort of performance enhancing supplement. And so is creatine, by the way. Creatine also has that distinction. So the beta alanine in the E3 though will help neutralize some of that hydrogen ion that happens during exercise. So that's the stuff that causes it to burn out and fatigue and feel like we've hit our kind of ceiling. So beta alanine is very beneficial for that. And then of course some of these other ingredients.
Well, the beta alanine is also what, like, if you have not tried our E3, or if you've tried it and you get that little tingling sensation.
Oh, sure.
That's the beta alanine, and it's supposed to do that. And I think, take it and run. I mean, it feels great. It's super motivating.
I agree. Absolutely. And there are a couple of other really interesting ingredients, because for me, it had to be a little bit more mind muscle. So I wanted to make sure that there were some benefits to this E3 product to help people, when you're in a physical, like when you're exerting yourself physically, there's a mental component too. You want to, your body's protecting the brain and the heart, but you really have got to recognize the fact that, like, you have alpha GPC and huperzine A, 2 incredible ingredients that I consider them mind muscle ingredients. They help with the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. So very beneficial. A lot of studies supporting these 2 ingredients as well. So
it helps with alertness too.
Alert, yeah, of course, absolutely.
I mean, we all need to be alert.
Yeah, focus and alert. And then of course there's essential amino acids that we just talked about, and there's some electrolytes in there as well.
Yeah, so really an amazing supplement. I tell you, I will not skip a workout without taking it before. I love it so much. It's typically my morning caffeine, during the week when I'm getting up early and going to the gym. Love this stuff. So again, E3, literally the best and cleanest performance enhancing product on the market. So amazing. If you haven't tried it, you've got to try it. You guys can check out all these products on our website, livegood.com. And if you click on the Learn More section, there's a lot of explanations. There's some training videos too. And we're always here for questions. Okay, and our last one, this is one of our newest products that we just launched. It's our hydration amplifier. So these are your electrolytes, right? Electrolytes have so many benefits throughout the body, and it's not just for hydration. There's so many other benefits for it. And performance is one. So these minerals they're important for all aspects of health.
Yeah, you betcha. Yeah, sodium, chloride, potassium, magnesium. Then we added some vitamin C in the form of the acerola cherry.
Yes.
Yeah, look, the sodium dictates your hydration status. It's just the bottom line. And I recognize that there's some confusion around it, but the science is conclusive, right? Like in this environment, we're not talking to those high, those endurance athletes. We're talking about the everyday person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why this hydration amplifier is such a beneficial product, because like whether you're drinking coffee or whether you're sweating, whether you're stressed, there's all these different factors that go into it. But I was reading a study that showed that somewhere close to 3 out of 4 people, 75%, have a chronic level of dehydration. It's not clinically dangerous for them. They're not like presenting as dehydrated, but they're showing symptoms of dehydration, things that you would notice. Typically you can almost see and feel in people, and things like, headaches, and of course your skin doesn't rebound as fast. There's a lot of different things about hydration that people, I think, don't understand fully. And we're not consuming enough water. And even when we do, water truly by itself doesn't dictate the hydration status of the cell. And that's why the sodium is so important.
Yeah. And if you're dehydrated, guys, you can't perform well. It is what it is. I mean, the body is 2/3 water.
Yeah. Bottom line.
I mean, if you're dehydrated, just think about the processes that are not taking place properly. So again, we're all here about performance, but this is great for everybody. Those endurance elite athletes that Ryan was referring to, they probably need this more than once a day.
Yeah, and that's where you would probably add a little glucose or some sugar to help drive the sodium into the cell.
Yeah, that's a whole different level.
But that's a whole different level, right, for most people.
But yeah, so maintaining electrolyte balance, it helps our muscles perform better. It is what it is. Our muscles, joints, I mean, you've got to supplement with it.
For sure.
Good stuff. Okay, so we went through, we talked about our creatine, our essential aminos, our one and only E3, and then our newest launch, hydration amplifier. And like I said, you can check out all these products on our website, livegood.com. There's member deals, which if you look at the prices for the membership and the prices for the member deals, you'll see it's a no-brainer to be a member. So check it out. Any questions that kind of came through with this? I think a lot of this is very self-explanatory, but what's going on?
Well, it's fun. I'm sorry I'm looking down at my computer screen and through some of these questions. But here, let's go ahead and summarize how this would work, because I think a lot of people, if you're watching, you're listening, you're hearing electrolytes a couple of times, you're hearing aminos a couple of times.
Repeats.
So there's repeats, there's some overlap, but let me tell you, it's actually not that a problem in a sense, right? So for me, first thing in the morning is if it's E3, I'll take E3. If it's not, it's going to be the LiveGood coffee, right? Then my essential aminos, my creatine, and my hydration amplifier go into one right about the time, right before I work out, a little bit before, and then sometimes I'll drink it after. There's really no hard fixed rule. Creatine can be taken any time of day. Same with the essential aminos. They should be taken anytime between meals, right? And so hydration amplifier, same thing. If you're sweating a lot, you work a job, you're outdoor in hot summer heat, you're sweating, you can take twice a day, to help yourself stay properly hydrated. But right now, so we're talking about electrolytes in a hydration amplifier. We said there's electrolytes in the essential aminos, and there's electrolytes in E3. The main player in electrolyte replacement, though, is the hydration amplifier. Look at the quantities. These are over here. These are just as a small touch of it to help improve cellular health in the event that somebody's not using a hydration amplifier. You can absolutely use them all together. Same goes with the amino side. If the aminos in the E3, you have the aminos in the essential aminos, those are okay. You could take them together. I personally do not take them together, but you can. So from the serving perspective, 10 to 30 grams of essential aminos per day is totally fine. I just like to tell people in between meals, because that's when the body's already starting to try to break down its muscle tissue. So great timing. Boom. In between meals, keep your body firing, keep it going.
Sure. And I do mine a little different. So I work out really early in the morning. I'm always in a fasted state. So right before my workout, I actually mix the three. I mix the E3, the essential aminos, and the creatine HMB. Mix those. I drink those prior to leaving for my workout. And I mix the hydration amplifier in my big water jug that goes with me to a workout. And I'm drinking that all through the workout. So by the time I'm done, it is gone.
Yeah.
If I'm not going straight to the gym, like say on the weekends, I don't just wake up and leave to go there. I still start my morning with hydration amplifier because your body gets you lose water when we sleep, so we lose electrolytes when we sleep. So first thing in the morning, I'm replacing that. So I just mix the hydration amplifier in a big glass of water. I like it more than 8 ounces. Guys, I'm up at like 32 plus ounces. I like to mix it in, drink the whole thing. It's great stuff.
Someone was asking about the hydration amplifier, how much? So this bag is 30 stick packs. And so this is an individual serving. So one stick pack and 12 to 16 ounces of water once a day is probably adequate for most people.
And you can use more or less water. It just depends on,
exactly.
I like to dilute it. So I like to put in a big jug of water.
Yeah. Awesome. I know you wanted to see the questions, Lisa, but just the way it is.
Yeah, our setup's a little different because we're not at home.
Talked about dosage. So how much should you take? I think that's, it's one serving a day.
Right. I mean again, 125 milligrams of caffeine. So you've got to control for your caffeine. There's a lot of people that I know love how they feel so much on the E3 that they're taking it more than 2 times a day. I don't advise that because that's a lot of caffeine. Again, some caffeine is good. It's great for us, but too much is not. And also, as Ryan referenced later in the day, you might be one of those people that says I can drink caffeine at 5 o'clock when I'm crashing and then I'm still fine for sleep. You might be able to fall asleep, but what's going on during your sleep stages suffer. So keep that in mind. It's not just about falling asleep. It's what goes on when you're sleeping.
So those are our top 4.
Yeah. Guys, honestly, give it a shot. You'll thank us later.
I agree.
All right.
No more questions. Just lots of awesome comments coming in, guys.
Thanks,
we really appreciate it.
Yes, appreciate your support always. And make sure you subscribe again if you haven't. Check out our last week's training and stay tuned for next Monday.
Yeah, you bet. All right, guys.
Take care. Happy Monday.
Yep. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. See y'all.